This is the Two Moody Chicks podcast,
the lifestyle podcast brought to you by the sister duo Quinda and Sita.
From travel to beauty to events to entrepreneurship.
We are your hosts, and we will cover it all.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girls, the Two Moody Chicks. It's Quinda
and Sita.
And today we are going to be talking about how to use your discernment when it comes to friends. And also, this is a cautionary tale about trusting the wrong types of friends. It's a long, interesting story, y'all, but trust me, stick around. You're going to want to hear this one. The invite from Karen.
Little foreshadowing. Okay. So pretty much we had like this mutual friend.
A work friend
from work. Yeah. And she had like these annual like pool parties at her house. So she invited us. I think we were like always like one of three Black people, maybe.
We used to be the only two.
The only two for the longest, yeah.
And then the year that this all happened, Karen told me to invite another young lady who was also Black, and I did. So it was three of us at this woman's house. Mm-hmm. So basically, like Sita said, it was a work friend of mine. Karen had these house parties, you know, once she moved into her new house, and it was like a pool party type situation. Mm-hmm. So
where's your house located? Like in the typically predominantly what type?
It's a predominantly white neighborhood, like predominantly white. And if y'all can't tell by now, Karen is also white. Okay. So we would always be good guests. We would always bring, you know, I would ask her, what do you need me to bring? You know, and then she'll, I'll just bring some chips or some sodas or something. So it's not like we came empty handed. We came for the fun and the vibes. So the first year we went, it was fine. We had a great time. I'm talking about, y'all, we had so much fun that we didn't even think about coming back the next year. But something had changed. Mm-hmm. Karen no longer worked at the job that I met her at. Mm-hmm. You know, it ended pretty badly. You know, her and her supervisor or whatever, they got into it, and it was like, you know, basically the supervisor was like, I want her fired, and she was like, I'm gonna quit. So it's one of those type situations. And I still worked at the job and was treated very well at the job.
Yeah, they were.
Very, very well. Extremely well. She couldn't handle it. So we get the invite. Yeah, if y'all can't tell, this story gets me tight. It gets me tight. But it's a cautionary tale about just because you meet somebody at work or whatever, it don't necessarily mean y'all meant to be friends. Yeah. Also, when stuff changes in people's life and things are not going as well as it once was, it turns the evil eye onto you. So,
and this person was an advocate for certain communities.
Oh my God.
How?
Karen stayed on Facebook posting about her love for Black people, how she is the most equal opportunity. Like, she loves Black people. She don't have a racist bone in her body, and all about fair treatment. She hate racist people and stuff. She was the biggest one. But we're going to get to it, y'all. We're going to get to it. I'm telling y'all, stick around. So the day of the pool party, she was like, hey, are you still coming? I'm like, yeah, I'm still coming. And she was like, is Sita still coming? Make sure she comes too. And I thought that was kind of weird because I'm like, why anybody that know me knows Sita's my chauffeur. Like, she drives.
Don't be telling people that.
She drives me around everywhere. I mean, I could drive, got my own car, whatever. But, she is Uber Junior. That's her nickname, Uber Junior. So she knew Sita was coming because I'm not for the drive way out there by myself. That's almost an hour drive, and then, whatever. So she was like, make sure she comes or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, and I was like, what you need us to bring? And she was like, oh, nothing really, but we not those type of people. So we still came with like, what do we bring? We brought Pepsi because one of the ladies there like Pepsi. And we brought some chips and stuff like that, just snacks and like drinks or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we get there late, y'all. We always a little late, it's like one of them all day type things. So it don't really matter what time you get there, y'all. So we got there around 3. I think she had texted us around 10 or 11 and said the food would be ready around 12 and stuff. So we got there around 3. Everybody was there. All the people that she invited was there. We was the last ones to show up. So what you want to add from this? Did I miss anything, Sita?
I don't know. I think you're pretty spot on. Like, then we arrived there.
So we arrived, swimsuit ready. Well, not really. We I think Sita had her swimsuit under.
Yeah, it was under.
And I didn't have mine on. So, I go to a restroom, I get into my swimsuit.
And mind you, like, she's in the backyard and, she's hosting. And we make it, and she doesn't know that she has a package coming to her house, or she didn't know that they was going to deliver it that day. And we was like, okay, we'll just bring it in on behalf, because we know that she's busy. So instead of it being outside, we actually bring it in for her, take it in. She got her package securely. Nothing happened with her package.
Exactly. So we tell her, we like, hey Karen girl, how you doing, whatever. And we was like, oh, the lady was pulling up, so we went ahead and got this and brought it in. And she starts opening. She's like, oh, this my stuff. I make soaps or whatever. And she did make soap, so bath soap and decorative soaps or whatever. Everything is going well. We kicking it. Y'all know pool parties, okay? Like the drinks be flowing, the trees be blowing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So people drinking, blowing down trees, whatever. And she starts to kind of say things that make me kind of look at her a little funny.
Yeah.
So excuse my language, y'all, but I'm gonna keep it a buck on this one. So everybody in the pool, mind you, we was the last ones to get there.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know, she had this look in her eye when she said it.
I don't know, it's the haircut for me. Like, I didn't trust the haircut.
See, this shit, the little boy,
never trust
the little boy blue haircut.
With something racist, with a little boy, it looked like the little kid haircuts where they got like the little back to the top, just be like
it's buzzed.
It's like buzzed up, like
it looked like one of them officers when they tap on your window. You know you getting that ticket.
I don't trust it. It's like, what are you doing with the haircut? Like, who are you trying to appeal to? Why do you have a little boy blue haircut?
I'm telling you,
I ain't trust the haircut.
So yeah, and
she was enamored with Black culture, like
obsessed with Black people,
like right down to I be blowing trees, I be doing this, I be
always on Facebook talking about Black people, always trying to connect with Black people, but you are racist. We finna get to it.
We'll tell you what.
So I don't really like. I'm not no like swim. Like I don't swim, whatever. I like looking at water. I like to be around water. I really don't care if I have to get in it or not. Like that's just me. Like as long as I can hear it and see it, I'm cool. So I wasn't in the water at the time, and everybody's like, "Get in, get in, get in." So I got in the pool or whatever. And mind you, she got kids. Her kids are so like sweet. Her mom is there. I let her tell her mom used to be racist or whatever. That's neither here nor there for this story because her mom has never made me feel any type of way, never made me feel uncomfortable. And I do think some people can change. So I'm just gonna say that. It's an important part when we get to the end. Y'all gonna know why I'm saying this. Because it's gonna really show what type of friend she was. Okay. So we get in the pool, and then by the time I get out, I like my beverage. So I had me a few beverages or whatever, and I'm sitting there, we chilling, talking about old work stories. You know how it is. And she had this look in her eyes. She was like, yeah, all these dirty motherfuckers in my pool.
Excuse me. I said, excuse me. Oh, who's she calling dirty?
I went in the pool, so I kind of let it roll because I'm like, but then I thought, I was like, well, who's the dirty motherfuckers that's in the pool? Because 2 of them are Black and 1 is my sister. And I know we ain't dirty.
Yeah.
So I kind of let it go. Again, y'all, go with your gut. Like that really, she should have been slapped on GP, like for real, saying stuff like that. But I'm like, but she did kind of have a weird sense of humor. She was always saying something off the wall. This was even to management. That's why she got, she couldn't work at that job because it's it's like a,
it's corporate. You gotta be.
It's corporate. Thank you. I work in corporate, but a certain sector of corporate. So she was like, she always had that weird kind of just inappropriate type sense of humor. And I was like, I don't think she knew what she was saying. Did you hear what she said?
What?
About the dirty motherfuckers in the pool?
I heard it, but I don't think it registered at that moment. Just the extent of.
But the look, y'all didn't see her because she was facing my way.
I was in the pool
she had this glass. She was just like.
Like she was really mad that people was in her
and then she looked, and then she cut eyes at me, but she was like. And I was like, and then she said,
she had something off her chest the whole time.
And then when she said it, she's like, I was like,
Yeah, we did
I
not know
said,
we was in for this day.
I told her, I said, well, you and your people was in that pool all day. I said, so if it's dirty, it's y'all. I said, so I did kind of say that. And she laughed it off. I laughed it off,
taking
something like,
shots though.
so I'm like, because I'm going to say something, but it really should have been addressed. Like, what you mean? Like, I said, but I'm so lighthearted. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I crack my little stuff back. So the night goes on. When I say the drinks is flowing, the drinks was flowing and the trees was blowing down. I'm talking in rotation.
Yeah,
it was about 3, 4 in rotation.
We wasn't that messed up because again,
I know my limits and okay.
If you're only 3, you don't need to be messed up at the party. I'm just gonna say that.
But
keep your wits about you.
The thing is, it starts thinning out. So the other black girl, she had left. So now it's just me and Sita. And I want to say maybe 3 other people. The family I'm talking about, they left too. 4. It was 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. They left. Because it's getting dark, it's getting nighttime and stuff or whatever.
But tell them about the type of questions that she started to ask you about.
No, I'm finna get to that. Okay. Because we was on the deck. So we was on the deck chilling. Like I said, again, alcohol and drugs do make people say what they really feel. Like I always say,
they can't filter it.
A drunk mind speaks a sober truth. So she just kept complaining about she couldn't believe that I was still at the job. Mind you, I was there 2 years before her. 2 years before. I started that job 2 years before she was even thought of. So she was like, I just can't believe you still there. I think it's affirmative action. Huh? Affirmative what? I said, no, baby, I worked hard. I worked from the ground up to be where I'm at. And then on top of that, part of that is my degree and my background. That's what I went to school for. So she was like, I think it's racism. I think I'm not saying, I'm not knocking you. But I said, if you wasn't black, they probably wouldn't have kept you. Because I had become like a supervisor myself at this point, remember?
Yeah.
I had just got promoted and I was like a supervisor over.
And that's something that she couldn't do.
She couldn't do it. So, and she's like, I just think that, it's because I'm white or whatever. I said, when I started at this job, I was one of 3 black people with my title. And, I'm just like, no, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, so she was like, I think it's racism or whatever. And then this guy, I'm gonna just call him Bob. This guy, Bob, he was there with one of the older ladies. I'm gonna call her Tiffany. So Tiffany had brought Bob. They both in their 50s, 60s or whatever. And Bob, actually, as high and drunk as this man was, he made the most sense out of everybody. He said, it sounds to me like jealousy. It sounds like to me you mad because she got to a level that you couldn't get. He said, so really she's stronger than all of y'all, because I forgot to mention, everybody at this pool party was no longer employed by the job that I still had. I was the last woman standing, last man, woman, whatever standing. So everybody that came, which was about 10 of us, right?
Yeah.
Outside of.
And I didn't work there, so I didn't.
Right.
I'm just. Yeah.
Outside of Karen's family, and then Sita had just got an accolade. I said accolade. She had just gotten an accolade from her job and her career. So she was like, I'm so proud of you, Sita. I'm so proud of you, girl. This and that. But I'm like, but you try and ruin us. So I'm going to get to that. So, she was, and then the guy was like, no, she's stronger than all of y'all. He was like, because she was the only one able to make it and she's still there and doing good. And then, so she had this, just kind of this glazed over look, y'all. I'm telling you, like, I felt it in my spirit. I'm like, that's what I say. But my spirit did get us out of this situation. I'm gonna get to it. So we sitting on the deck or whatever. Everybody's talking, everybody having a good time. But then one of her neighbors came over, and one of her neighbors was kind of weird. Remember that lady?
Yeah.
She was just saying off the wall stuff, and she was drunk. She
kept knocking them back.
She knocked glass in the pool, I think. And I'm like, what is this lady doing?
She was breaking stuff. She actually broke some at this woman's house. We did not do that.
Girl. So
it's all right. It's fine. We'll clean it up. That's what she said.
Yeah. So we sitting out there or whatever. Mind you, Karen's kids was around. Like, of course, once the adult stuff, she was like, yeah, go in the house. rightfully so, or at least don't be on the deck with everybody else. So her kids were around, her mom was out there with us. She hid in the blood, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about everybody was cool except her. She just kept this look in her eye and kept questioning, like every time she would, I just came. I think that job is racist. I think it's affirmative action. They must be getting tax write off for hiring black people.
Yeah.
I was there before you. What you don't understand, like you couldn't make it because you couldn't make it. You talk crazy. You talk disrespectful.
And she's entitled. I mean,
And
period.
entitled.
Like, why do you feel entitled to get positions that you haven't earned?
Right. So yeah, I'm starting to feel weird. Like I'm starting to kind of feel like it seemed like she, not even low key, she was high key hating at this point, and she just kept saying, "Yeah, I can't believe how much they, they how they paying you and they made you a supervisor and this and that."
Hyper focus on Quinda.
Yeah, and she was asking how much I make. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you how much I make. Like you don't ever tell me how much you make. So I was just.
What was she doing at this time? Like, was she working?
She wasn't working. She had just got fired from her third job in the same field. Second or third job. So you still hold on to a job that I'm still at, but you done had 2 or 3 after that you still couldn't cut it at. So it's you.
So it might explain the vitriol that she had.
Right. It's a you thing, not a me thing. So, okay, y'all. So then she was like, okay, we all drinking or whatever. And she makes this joke about Ciroc. And I, when somebody says something kind of off put, you just like, like what? Like she was like, I'm finna go get some Ciroc. Mind you, I don't drink Ciroc, and not even because of what P. Diddy been accused of recently. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I've never probably won't ever meet this man in my life, so I for sure wasn't worried about it. But I just don't like Ciroc. Like I don't. It tastes like cough medicine to me. I don't care for it. I've never liked it. None of it. But that's what she had. So if it's her house, like I'm not gonna tell you what to bring out in your house. So she was like, yeah, you know how black people love Ciroc. And I said, like it was one of them awkward kind of like, but again, she had a very weird sense of humor. So I'm like, and really the stuff I let slide, it was partly my fault. I shouldn't have let it slide. I should have checked her on it.
Was you getting like feelings or good feelings? Or
when she started kind of like making the Ciroc thing, and I was like, I still didn't think nothing about it. Yeah, I'm telling you, I really didn't. I thought she was just cracking jokes. I was more triggered when she kept asking how much I was making and kept saying that I was still there because I was black. That's what really triggered me, not the joke she was making. The dirty thing about the pool, yeah, that did trigger me too. So, because that's a stereotype that white people be trying to put out there. And I'm not trying to be funny, but come on now. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So she was like, you want apple or berry Ciroc? Mind you, I'm not a Ciroc drinker. Yeah. And I know a lot of times berry stuff tastes like cough medicine. So I said, bring out the green apple. I said, no, I said, if I had to choose, bring out green apple. That's exactly what I said. But I said, I really don't drink Ciroc. I don't like it. So she goes off the patio area, goes down the steps, goes in the house. And I'm talking about these mosquitoes. It's like the Lord was trying to get me off that porch, y'all. I'm telling off that patio. The mosquitoes start tearing me up. It's to the point where like one was so hot. Like I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm rubbing my arm. I said, see, we gotta go. I said, I'm getting torn up out here. So she comes back up to the patio, but she don't have the Ciroc. Remember this. She don't have no type of bottle in her hand. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she forgot. Maybe she didn't go in the house and get it. She got sidetracked. It's understandable. She got kids and stuff. So I'm still not thinking about anything. So I was like, mind you, I think it's 4 of us left. It's like Tiffany, Bob. I'm going to call one of them Kim. It's Karen, her husband, the kids, and her mom. So that's all. And me and Sita, that's it. So I'm like, I'm getting torn up. I said, I gotta go. So we walk off the patio. She was like, oh man, this and that. Like, I hate the child leaving. I'm like, girl, it's late, mind you. It wasn't even early. It was like 10. No, it was like midnight or something. Yeah. We had been there since 3. We was there all day. So, like, and these mosquito bites felt like they was getting infected because it was so like, and my intuition, I started, like, I'm telling y'all, like, I really could be psychic because I start feeling like very just, I'm like, I gotta go. It just felt like something wasn't right, you know. So see to go, mind you, this how long we was around still once I said we had to go. We in the house talking. I don't everybody started eating a little more dips and chip. Seat in the bathroom, getting out of her wet clothes, out of her swimsuit. Then I had to get out of mine. And really, I was dry because I only got in the pool one time. I told you I don't really like hanging out in water like that. So I was fully dry, but I still got into my no, I didn't get into my clothes. I just stayed in what I was wearing. Seat was in the restroom. We was out there eating. Wasn't nobody drinking no more. I wasn't drinking anymore.
Oh, she was steady drinking.
I was hitting up.
That's what got her caught up. She didn't stop drinking at all.
I was hitting up the chips and the dip. I'm gonna tell y'all what I was doing. And she was like, "Oh, take some home if you want to take some home." I didn't take, saying like nothing. Because it's finna get real. So she was like, "Yeah, I could take some chips and dip home." It really wasn't a lot. The chips and dip was fire. I forgot who made it. But Sita was getting dressed. We just standing around, milling around, talking. But I don't know what made me think like, look, but I saw the berry Ciroc, and I remember earlier it was berry and apple side by side. So I'm thinking, oh, this girl, I put the bottle down, whatever. Didn't really trip off of it again because I didn't care for this. I didn't want it. I didn't care about it. So we leave. I get a text message. Hey, did y'all happen to take the bottle of Ciroc?
I don't even think we had passed the first exit on the highway.
No, we was 10 minutes out because it's like windy to get back on the highway. I'm telling you, she lived like in Hicktown. If it's offensive, I'm not being funny. I'm not being, but that's what people in Missouri call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like windy and it's like whatever. So by the time we got to the highway, it was a good 10 minutes. She's texting like, hey, did y'all take the bottle of apple Ciroc? It's weird that I can't find it. So I text, I said, you really can't find it? I said, girl, you must have put that bottle down somewhere. Wasn't tripping off of it. Wasn't tripping off that. We was finna catch the blame for it, right? So I'm like, I said, no, girl, just, I said, well, I hope you find it. And then she texted back, yeah, I hope so too, because it's real unfortunate that if you did take it, you didn't ask me for it. I
was like, she blaming you? Like
that's like, yes.
It didn't sound right. I'm like, what does she mean by that?
Right. Sita was like, it sounded like you kind of getting the blame for it. And I said, are you trying to blame us or something? I said, I would never steal from you or your house. I was like, and mind you, our job had, I don't want to tell too much, but at our job, we could drink after a certain point in time. And it was times she would get drunk and I would grab her purse, her cell phone, because she would lose it. She would just start drinking and wandering around. And I'd be holding on to her stuff, making sure it didn't get lost, broken, or nobody else touched it. Which I would.
We said we brought her package in.
Yeah.
Her package could have been out there, or we could have.
Which I'm sure cost more than that bottle of Ciroc. Okay. So I'm texting. I'm like, Karen, I really hope you're not accusing us of nothing. I said, because I would never steal from you. I was like, why would I steal from you? That don't make any sense. And she's like, I'm just saying it's weird that y'all leave in a hurry, then all of a sudden my bottle of Ciroc not there. First of all, we didn't leave in a hurry. We left. We milled around for a long time before we left up out of there. We get to the house, right? Mind you, it's like a good 45-minute drive because there's no traffic. It's so late. So it's like 45 minutes. I get a call from Kim that was at the party, and I didn't answer because me and Sita hot. We talking about why is we getting accused? Mind you, at this point, y'all, she firing off the messages. We back home now. She firing off. That's really messed up that y'all would steal from me. I can't believe this, and that. So Kim calls me. She's like, hey, girl, can you call me back? And I had a feeling it was about the party because she was still there. So she was like, Karen tripping, like, I'm so sorry this happening to you. She was like, I'm trying to calm her down. She drunk. I told her to go sleep it off or whatever. I said, why are we getting accused of something? I'm like, everybody know we didn't take that bottle up out of there. And she was like, I know she drunk. She just need to sleep it off. So then I forgot how it gets to it. But I said, is this a race thing by chance? I said, because it seemed like that's where it's going to. And she was like, I can't. She was like, look.
And then she was like, she can't repeat what she said. She's saying a whole bunch of stuff, and I can't repeat it.
She's like, Quinda, I really don't want to tell you what she's saying. I was like, so she called us niggers, basically. And she was like, I don't want to hurt you, sweetie. Like, I don't want to tell you what she's saying. but she's drunk and she said some disgusting things that I don't agree with. So come on now. She basically told us what we was getting called. And so she actually told us that um that Karen said, that's what I get for having black people at my house. I don't think she said this what she get for having black people at the house. I'm pretty sure she dropped the N word with the hard ER at the end. So I was like, I'm like, wow. I'm like, what did everybody else say? Like, that was my thing at this point. I'm like, so, and she was like, her kids and her mom kept saying, you know, they wouldn't do that. Like, mom, you know, they wouldn't steal from you. We was around them most of the night. We was around them the whole time. And her mom was like, they was around me the whole, they was helping me. Like, I was getting her mom food and stuff, so I'm just being cool. Like, I'm at their house or whatever. And she was like, she kept telling her, Karen, you know you wrong for this. Like, they didn't steal from, this is what her mom is saying. You know they didn't steal from you. The kids that are like tweens, like they barely teenagers. They're like, Mom, you tweaking out. Like, she did not say that. I mean, she did not steal from, she did not steal that bottle from your house. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what about the other, saying, like, I know Kim is telling me what happened, but and she was like, I feel horrible because I should have said more or I should have done something. I was like, so basically nobody that I worked with, which would have been Kim and Tiffany, they didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Kim said she was trying to tell her to chill out and stuff, but why would you let us get called all type of racial slurs and everything else? Like, to me, it just seemed like it was not enough, loyalty there. That's just how I feel about it. But I didn't really take nothing out on her because I'm like, she called trying to tell me what's going on and whatever. But it really did make me look at everybody was still there a different type of way. So I'm talking about Karen is still texting. She's like, yeah, and I'm hearing her in the background. I couldn't make out what she was saying, but I'm hearing her in the background. And Kim is like, go sleep it off, Karen, this and that. You're effing drunk. You need to chill the F out before you crash out, this and that. And she like, give me the phone, give me the phone. I said, if you put this bill, if you put this bill on the phone, I'm telling you right now, she gonna hear some words she ain't never heard from me. And so she was like, I'm so sorry this happened to you, sweetie, and this and that. And she texted me, and I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm like, I don't, we got off the phone. I think I don't know if it was Karen trying to use her phone to call my phone. She was gonna pull up and stuff. Yeah, talking about she was gonna pull up and whoop some ass, baby. I'm gonna tell you something right now. And I don't even talk to her. I would have wore her out for real. Because you done accused me, you done called me out my name, you don't use racial slurs and everything. It would have been nothing saving her. Okay. So the next morning, like, I blocked her because she kept trying to text me and stuff. I blocked her. So the next morning, I reached out to the other black girl that's at the party. And I was like, can you believe what happened? Like, she was like, what? I'm like, after you left, I was like, maybe, 4-5 hours later, all hell broke loose. And I said, I'm thinking about airing her out in the group text that invited us all to the party. And she's like, you should do it. Because I'm going to tell you something, like, shame is shrouded in secrecy. And it's shrouded in quiet, like, just, I ain't gonna talk about what happened. No, I'm gonna talk about it because I know I ain't steal no bottle from nobody's house. Especially, like I told her in that text message, some cheap ass Ciroc. Okay, if I'm gonna steal some, it's not gonna be no damn cheap ass Ciroc. I don't want it. I don't drink it. I don't like it. I wouldn't steal nothing, but it definitely wouldn't be that. And like I told her, but since that's what her budget allowed, that's what I was drinking for the night. So, I type up this long message. I went in just how I told y'all what happened. I told everything that happened. And then she's trying to make excuses. I was drunk. I didn't say that. And then Kim was egging me on and this and trying to blame other people. And so it went like, I'm talking about, I was going in. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in because I'm like, you done crossed the line. And she was like, I texted everybody first thing in the morning and told them I found the bottle. I never brought it up to the patio.
I was like, she what?
I know you didn't. I know you didn't bring it up to the patio because when I said I was leaving, you had came up there, but you was empty-handed. Like I told her on the phone when I was texting, I said, you came up to the patio empty-handed. You did
See,
not
the
have
thing
nothing.
is, the whole thing was probably a setup.
I think so. I think so.
Invite them, make sure they come, and then try and pin on them that they stole
Mhm.
something from my house.
Exactly. Because like she said to Kim, this what I get for having black people at my house
And
anyway.
in that type of neighborhood, had the police had been called on us, and the way she was acting,
It would have went a different type of way. We would have been arrested, beaten, slammed against stuff, brutalized, would nobody know what happened because we didn't let a snake get too close. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a cautionary tale, y'all. So I'm not, and I said, oh, you found it. I said, but yeah, if we would have got arrested or accused or the police would have showed up, would you have admitted that you found that bottle? You would have threw that bottle so far away in the trash, you would act like you never seen that bottle ever again in your life. And you knew you didn't see us with it, and you knew you didn't bring it up to that patio. That's what I told you. You knew you didn't bring it up there. You tried to set us up. So nobody spoke out. Like I'm texting, telling what happened. Everybody in the group message, quiet. So the other black girl was like, wow, I can't believe, like she chimed in. She's like, wow, I can't believe that. That's messed up. And so Karen is like, don't believe it. I'm not that person. I was drinking and I was high and this and that. And so finally Kim hopped in there, the one that called me to tell me what she was saying. She kind of went in on it. She was like, you a effed up person. Like you was saying some racist stuff. You was high, you was drunk, but that's no excuse. And she's like, oh, you were egging me on too. You said they left in a hurry and they looked suspicious too when they left. So it's like, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what she.
They all had a part to play in. That's
Right.
What I think.
It could be. It could be because everybody was out of their facilities, and you know that drinking that drug bring out a different element to people.
Yeah.
So, but you know, like I say, I don't know. But like Wasita said, everybody probably had a part in it. Everybody probably did look at us with the eye of suspicion.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did. But anyway, so, you know, oh, and then I forgot, y'all. One of the other families that was there, she said the woman that I used to work with, her daughter probably stole the other bottle. So you just having a good accusing time, like you just blaming everybody because you mad at your life. So then the lady whose daughter she accused, she called me. She said, "What the fuck is going on?" Cause she didn't know. She said, "I see you going off in messages, talking about whooping ass. Like what is going on?" So I told her what happened, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" She's like, you know, and she said the same thing I said. She said, after a certain point in the night, Karen had a look in her eye towards you. She said it seemed like she's miserable with her life. She's not happy. She said, and I kind of figured she felt a way. This is what the other lady said. She said, and as the night went on, she said first she kept bragging about how perfect her life is and how she's a kept woman. She don't have to work. She don't have to do this. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, that job fired me and this and that. Like the whole narrative changed as long as the night went on. So once she was drinking and the stuff was kicking in, the truth started coming out. And really she was not happy with her life at that moment. And that's what the lady told me. So then, you know, I'm talking about this text message thread was going on all day. I had even stopped responding.
And then guess what, too? Like, if she can pin something on you, what does that do for your job?
It ruins it. I'm fired. I'm in jail. My reputation ruined. I'm a thief.
So that's why I think it was a setup.
Or you trying to get my life taken by the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a strong possibility.
You really wanted me down bad.
She was checking people's cars.
Yeah,
maybe it was my car. I wish you would come pulling at my door. It would have been nothing to keep I would have been in jail for sure.
For real. That's why I said she was really trying to ruin people's life that night.
She was going to people's cars, y'all.
Yeah, checking their cars, but she was searching cars and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I let her.
And they let her.
Girl, I'm trying to say it was some stuff going on.
She lucky my car.
Yeah. I'm talking, and it's proof of everything I'm saying because it's all in messages and everything else. But I ain't even gonna do it like that.
You could put some screenshots.
I really could, y'all, for real.
Make it look real bad.
So, you know, it's going on all day. Like Now Kim and Karen going at it. They getting into it. I'm talking. They exposing each other. They sending me screenshots. So I was just like, oh my god. So I stopped responding. I muted the chat. Okay. Mind you, none of the other coworkers said nothing, and I had hung with all of them and knew them longer than her because again, we all started, within a year or two of each other, and they ain't say nothing. But anyway, well, one of the ladies I found out she had changed her number, so I guess whoever had her number was getting a earful and an eyeful because baby, they probably was like, "What is going on?"
was like this.
And if you got that number, feel free to release it. No, but no, for real. So the lady whose daughter got accused also, which I didn't know about till Kim told me. She said, "Take me out of this chat." She said, "Karen, you really a messed up person and you done ruined a lot of good friendships because of your stupidity and because you choosing to accuse people and not take accountability." She's like, "Again, take me out of this chat right now and good luck to everybody." But she still would reach out to me from time to time. We still cool, still on Facebook friends or whatever. But the next day, it kept sitting on my spirit. I'm like, did Kim really have a part to play in this? Like, did Kim hype her up? So I reached out to Karen because I knew like a fool she'd respond. I said, "I'm not even mad at you, but what was said? What did you say?"
Pro tip, y'all.
Yeah. And she was like, she sent me a picture of her crying, y'all. The ultimate gaslight. You boohoo crying. I should be boohoo crying. So she sends me a picture of her crying. Like, that's gonna make I start laughing. But I'm like, anyway, just tell me what I need to know. And the messages really didn't incriminate Kim, but it really didn't it didn't add more than what I already knew. Kim was basically trying to talk her down, and she kept going, no, no, that bottle was there, this, and that. So it really didn't tell me nothing. But she trying to make it seem like, behind the scenes she was getting hyped up. I don't know. Because if you was getting hyped up, why didn't you show me? So after that, she was like, I love you. Can we still be friends? I miss you. No, we can't. Good day. And I blocked her again. And she's been blocked ever since. I blocked her on Facebook. I blocked her on Snapchat. I blocked her on Instagram. I blocked her every possible way I could block a person. For real. For real. Because that was a really messed up thing. Like, out of your jealousy, because you couldn't keep a certain job, which is not the only job in the world, but then you lost 2 other ones after the fact. You wanted to ruin me and Sita's lives.
Yeah.
And we ain't did nothing but be supportive and look out for you. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, just the way that she tried to present herself as an ally for Black people, it was just disgusting to me.
And that's scary because how many other people are out there like that?
It's just like her.
How many other people?
You got Black friends. You got Black besties. You got people that
you got Black
life.
family members.
Yes.
Through
and
dating.
They don't know that that's how you secretly feel about them, and it only came out because you was drunk out your mind.
Right, drunk and high, and the truth came out. It was your truth serum, and like I said again, if she would have had us arrested that night and all hell would have broke loose, she would never said she found that bottle sitting out there on that table outside. She would have never said that. That would have went to her grave. Okay.
Yeah, something would have happened to us that was irreversible. She wouldn't say nothing.
Oh yeah, of course you could wake up bright and early the next morning. I woke up and it was right outside my back door. And no, I'm not trying to hear that because that's what you could have did that night. You searching cars and everything, causing a big old scene, probably going up and down the street telling your neighbors that we some thieving, whatevers, and you knew that bottle was sitting right out there where you put it.
What did you notice about her relationship with her husband?
It seemed strained. It really seemed strained. That's why I say her life was not in a good place. No.
He wasn't by her the whole night, and when he was, he seemed frustrated.
Annoyed and frustrated. And like the other lady said, it started off, she was trying to brag and this, and that. And as the night went on, that evil eye started turning on me. So that's why I say, y'all, be careful who you be friends with. Be careful who house you go to. Be careful who you let in your house. Like now, I be real leery about people. Like I basically do me because that was an eye opener. An eye opener. And it could have went wrong in so many ways. What if we still was there and got into a fight? What if we were still there and the police would have got called? Like all them what ifs, all because you mad at your situation.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah.
I guess all black people still don't have them at your house.
Right.
Well, if you feel that way,
but you done had me around your purse, your kids, your food, your man. If you felt like that, I shouldn't have been around nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But not because stuff going wrong in your life. Not okay, let's blame the black people. I really pray and hope to God any black person that she ever encountered can see it and run at top speed. I'm talking about, because I just feel bad for anybody that really didn't have that discernment, because they would have been in a world of trouble. If I didn't leave when we left and she went out there trying to search Sita's car, we would have been fighting. If she'd have been in my face cussing, hollering, spitting, and fussing, dropping N-bombs, we would have been fighting. And that's bad to fight somebody in their house, because you don't know where they stuff at. That, you know what I'm saying? Her man there, she got 2 big, massive dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been really bad. And then it would be one of them stories you hear about, like that black lady that went over that balcony, and she was the only black person at that sleepover.
It's a cautionary tale for sure.
Exactly.
I learned a lot just from that experience.
And ever since then, and my guy friend at the time, he was like, I always kind of didn't like you hanging around so many white people. And he flat out said it. And I was like, and I don't think it's not, because black people can be something else too. But he always said he felt like something like that could happen one day. Maybe it was foresight. Maybe it was, intuition or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to say it's all white people. But this is a cautionary tale about your friends. Watch the people around you. When stuff start going wrong in people's life, kind of reevaluate that friendship, because we was cool until she could not keep a job anymore. We was cool to stuff.
Yes. That was supposed to be her. And how did this person of this race, this ethnicity, get this before I did?
Exactly. So that's my thing. Like, sometimes when stuff start changing for people, reevaluate that friendship real quick.
Use your intuition and don't ignore like red flags. If you start to feel uncomfortable in your spirit,
right,
leave.
Exactly. Leave. Yeah.
Because it's probably going to get worse.
Yeah, not probably. But yeah, I hope y'all stuck around to the end to hear this story and this cautionary tale. And
have you all ever been in a situation like that where it could have gone bad and you either listened to it, or maybe on the flip side you didn't and it did go bad? Like, we want to hear
right.
Like, we want to know.
We want to hear y'all stories now. And then too, if you listen to this all the way through, let me know where you think it went wrong in the night. For real, because I got a few ideas of where it went wrong. The first one was that dirty MF in my pool thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's to me where it really went wrong. And then when she started talking about,
when I saw that haircut. When I walked through the
and she was shaved like Little Boy Blue.
So watch like G.I. Jane.
Right.
Like, oh no.
I mean, it was a lot of red flags, but yeah, let us know what y'all think and where it went wrong. And should I have checked her early on in the night, or do y'all think it went how it was supposed to, and me leaving before it got bad was the right thing to do? And I recently heard that Denzel Washington be warning new people in the industry. He said, leave 30 minutes before the devil get there. And I think that's just what happened in that situation. Once them drinks and them drugs start kicking in, you got about 30 minutes to get out that door before the devil gonna show up and really tear the place up. So I hope y'all.
Last man standing.
Don't.
Just don't do that.
Don't.
And that goes for any party. Don't ever be the last.
For real. Like, I lesson learned. But yeah, we ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. If y'all liked it, let us know. Tell us y'all stories. Let us know where it went wrong. And follow us on all social media platforms at the Two Moody Chicks. Peace.
And all podcast platforms. This has been the Two Moody Chicks podcast.
Be sure to tune in next week to hear more from your favorite sister duo.
And check out our social media and YouTube channel for more Moody content.